Hello everyone, my name is Amuga Antonita and I'll be your host for tonight's discussion. We will be specifically having a very important guest today who has moved from grass to grace, and we'll be talking about his success story, the kind of life he has lived and how we can help impact the society that is outside. And I hope that we all really have something great to take with us today. So our guest, we must welcome. Yes, so can you tell us briefly about yourself?
Should I introduce myself?
Yes.
Yes, I'm called Stephen Odeke. Parent,
Wow.
5 children,
Wow. Fine.
one mother.
Wow, that is more
Wedded.
interesting.
Yeah.
That is great.
Yeah.
Yes. So what do you do for a living?
As per now, sincerely, it is all about hard work. But right now, I'm riding a piki for boda. That's what I do.
Wow, that is what is supporting your family of 5 children. And wow.
Yeah.
Now that is more interesting, and we hope to get more of that information throughout this discussion.
It's okay.
So I would also like to find out, you said you are a boda.
Yes.
How did you start? Like, what was life back then? How did you get into being a boda? Or how have you been able to come to this day? What was that beginning story? We know that every successful person has a story.
Of course, when you asked me, you said, what are you doing
Yes,
for now?
yes.
That's why I said I ride a boda. But when you say now a beginning, I began from somewhere down there completely. Actually, it is a painful story. I tell you, I may even shed tears.
Oh,
Yes,
we hope you don't mind sharing with us. Give us some brief insights on it.
yeah.
Yes.
Actually, I started with when I lost my parents during those days of Karamojong raid. That was in 85.
1985.
Yeah. So we brought here. Actually, that situation brought us here
Soroti.
in Soroti here, yes. And my parents. Actually, my father was working with the forestry. He was a cooperativist called Stephen. Now, we had some luck that he was working here. So after that incident of Karamojong raid, actually he was here. Then now he brought the family here to join him, yes. But as we joined him, of course, you know those days in Karamojong, everywhere Karamojong issue. So everybody was almost brought to this town. Yeah. Then it so happened that when we were here, I may call it a bad luck because we never ended it properly. What happened? My parents got HIV/AIDS. That the situation now, and they all died and left me when I was very young. Yeah. So with my education, I never went to very far. I only stopped in primary because of the situation. As an elder son in the family, I had to take care of the other ones when they died. So actually, when they died, I started pushing a get.
You know, to support the rest of the family.
Yes. I started pushing a get for a certain old man called the TB those days. Actually, he goes for his normal duties in the morning, then he comes back in the afternoon. For him, he doesn't work throughout the day. He comes back, then I borrow him his gadi. And I bought some jerrycans for fetching water from here, Aliabu down there, up to town. I sell the water. After selling water, we survive from there.
It was hard.
Very, very hard. Very hard.
So through selling that water, you were at least able to support the family.
I was able to support the family. By the way, I was not even married those days. Yeah, but it forced me even to marry when I was still young. Yeah, because now, okay, like I was taking water to town, then again buy food, nobody to cook. So it made me to even to get my wife earlier. So if you see my children, you might even not think that this is somebody's children, but they are mine. I produce very early.
Yeah, but some things are a blessing in disguise.
Yeah.
Yes, so like what steps did you take? Because there is now a huge gap between the man who used to push that wheelbarrow to
up
who
to
you
now.
are now. Yes.
Actually, it is prayers. And I told God now, this is my situation. I can't dodge it. Let me go on. So it is a prayer and a hard work which led me somewhere. Actually, somewhere where I was taking that water to sell, those people identified me that this young man can help us. And that is Club 2000. If you heard about Club 2000 those days.
It used to be here in Soroti.
Yeah. Club 2000 was owned by Papa the late Jalo. May his soul rest in peace. So when they identified me like a good boy, they said, now you come and join us. Help us do some smaller work here. I joined them. By there I still fetching water. I come here. Then after fetching water, the other side, they give me the other work they wanted to give me, washing bed sheets, ironing for them, roasting chomo, just like that. Yeah. And I served very, very big people in this world. Through my hands, roasting chomo. If I can mention the names, you will not even imagine that it is true.
Yeah, life can change.
Yeah.
Take a huge turn. Yes. So,
because I remember even the president of Rwanda, I served him.
Wow. That's interesting.
Yeah. Those days Rwanda was not under him, but they passed his rule here. Uganda, then they went. But of course, those days there was an insurgency. Yeah. There were soldiers around this place. Those of Frank had been served. Then Kagame.
Those are all great people.
Yes, I served them. That is in Club 2000.
Okay.
Those of Joseph Arocha, that one was a second division commander. And they used to call them mobile something. And they were here. Actually, they come for those dances there.
Yeah, in the evenings.
Yeah. So I served them.
Wow. That's interesting.
Yeah. So after that, I say I got my wife.
Okay.
We agreed. I told my wife, now, this is me, this is my situation. I've lost my parents. Actually, she got my dad, but when he was now almost died.
Okay.
So she also accepted my situation, and I told her, now, I don't know how your parents will see, but this is my situation. But I think she was also looking such that let me also get somebody who can move with me together.
Yes.
So she also accepted the same situation, that let us move together.
Wow, that's wonderful.
Yeah. So we came up and said, it's okay, let us join the family. And we have 5 children now.
Wow. So about those 5 children,
Yes.
can you tell us about your 5 children? Like how educated are they? Since from the story that you've told us, it started in a really hard time.
For sure.
Yes.
Education part now, we started life with them, and actually it was an appeal from us, the parents, now to them, that now, for us now, we have missed education. We want you to work hard as our children. It was not our intention that we don't want to go to
To
school.
go to school.
Yeah. But it is an appeal to you people now. For us, we shall work hard for you to go to school. Then at least make us proud. Because people are laughing at us that we have not gone to school.
Yes.
But at least let us also make that there is a difference. Whether we have not gone to school, but for you, you have gone to
At
school.
least go to school
Yes.
and lift the family.
Lift the family. Yeah, we started battling with the life, taking them to school, just like that.
So how were you able to educate them? Given that difficult life, what were you doing? Were you still using like the money you were getting from pushing the wheelbarrow to pay for their education?
No, wheelbarrow. Now I left that business of water when I joined the club to South.
Okay.
I worked with them for some time. Now, there, when it came out as a family, we started now other things. Agriculture, went back to the village. Of course, when now the situation is calm, went back to the village. We did some agri. We used to get food, a lot of food. Genus, we could get even 30 bags a year,
Wow.
one harvest.
The soil was good.
Yeah. So, and even keeping cows, we had very many, about 20 like that.
Wow.
Yeah.
Family grew and became, according to our social culture, it was now a growing family.
Yes.
Very productive.
Yeah.
So that is how you were able to at least get school fees and pay for them tuition.
Yes.
Yes, I'm told some of your children are even graduates.
Yeah, it is true. Some of them are graduates. Actually, it is only one who is left, who did his senior 4 last year. He's also waiting for the results. Yeah.
We are sure he will also do well.
Yeah, with the Teso College, we are very sure.
Well, that's a good thing.
Yeah.
So,
And of course, with the school fees, we also battle with the loans. Like we get a loan as a family to take the children to school. Then after getting the loan, we struggle to pay it back. Of course, the loan we pay it slowly.
yes,
Meanwhile, children are at school.
at school.
Yeah.
So you are also a boda.
Yes.
So when did you start being a boda? Was it after you came back from the village during a time of agriculture?
After I came back from the village, yes, I was already a boda. I was doing agriculture, meanwhile riding.
Riding a motorcycle.
Yeah. I started earlier with these smaller pikis. They call them met. Met, yes. But locally now in Teso here, they call it a kingo.
A king of the dog.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
That was really long ago. Some of
It
us
is-
have only seen
Actually, it
that
is. I'm now about 25 years.
riding a border.
Yes.
Wow,
Yes.
that is so long.
Yes.
That is really good.
Mm.
So, even with riding a border, according to the information I have, I
Yes.
told you are also a leader of this local area.
Of course, people will not elect you without seeing what you are doing. They study you. They see what is your background, your family.
Okay.
I think they saw something good from me, so they accepted my offer as a leader.
They voted for you.
They voted for me.
For which position?
That is now chairman LOC.
LOC. Wow,
Yes.
that's great. So you
And
are
it is very tricky. For sure, they must have seen something good on me.
yes.
Because why I say so? It is not that all people from Kishinjaji voted me. It is the leaders. Because LOC too, they don't elect everybody. It is out of the LOC ones, you come out of the LOC one committee, then you contest it. Then it is those LOCs who vote for me. So I was voted by leaders as a leader.
Wow.
Yes.
That's great. So now you are a leader, at the same time you ride boda and you have a family to take care of. I'm very curious, how have you been able to balance all these things and make sure that everything is okay in your leadership, the society is satisfied, your family, the children are going to school at the same time with your work? How have you been able to handle all these things?
Of course, with the leadership, it's not that every day you must be for leadership. There are some issues like land issues. LOC2 handles the land issues. So land issues, it is not that every day you handle. Then also security. It is not that you handle also security. It is the LOC one who starts from down there. When they fail, they come up to the level of LOC.
So you sort of like oversee whatever the others are doing.
Yes.
You only take on the more difficult cases that need you to be there.
Exactly.
That's interesting.
Yeah.
So you've been able to handle your leadership well by delegation. They handle the rest of the stuff. Then only difficult things that maybe need you is where you come in.
Exactly.
So the rest of your time you spend it with your family and your work.
We work.
Wow.
Then there is this program now with PDM, because that one also they have brought to LOC to head in a parish like this one. I'm now the chairman parish development committee.
Wow.
So
PDM.
PDC.
Okay. Wow, that is great.
Yeah.
So now with also these issues, because you see that in society there are other people who are boda men, they are riding. So some of them are like your colleagues. How have you, like, what advice would you give them?
My advice, first of all, I want to thank my elder, Papa Grigor Egoni. I remember, let me take you back. The advice Papa told me, I remember that was in Pioneer Primary School when they called the parents for AGM. Is it AGM?
Yes.
Of course, the candidate class. So the parents were called and they met us. And the advice Papa gave us that when you want to achieve with education, what you do, you be focused. Like you have ended in primary, in your level of education. Make sure your children go beyond you.
Wow.
You will achieve. So that thing, I'm now advising everybody who is watching us that in education, like the head teacher told me, he's a head teacher by the way, but he's now retired. He told me, with education, be focused, take your children beyond your level, you will achieve. So that's what I did. So I'm also advising whoever is watching us to do the same.
Okay.
Because I've achieved what Papa Guni told me. And I really thank him. Although I've not told him that I've achieved this one. But I want to surprise him one day.
Now we hope that he watches this discussion.
There's no problem.
Yes.
I say thank you, Papa Guni.
Well,
yes,
because we have seen in society right now, there are a lot of people riding boda. They have families like you. Some of them even do agriculture. But if we look at their families, most of them, the children are dropouts. They reach P7, they don't want to go to school. They turn to being DJs. Others turn to doing drugs, and those are the people that are terrorizing society. And here there is a walk nowadays. They sort of harass people on the roads at night. So how have you been able to handle? You are a leader at the same time you're boda man, how have you been able to maintain the discipline of your children to make sure that now they are graduates and these are really important people who really want society out there to learn? How can they do what you've done?
Really, I remember I told you that we started. It is all about prayers. I'm near the church. So within the church, that's where I'm now growing from.
Wow.
I remember I told you I'm now wedded with my wife
Wow.
for 20 years. From 2024.
Wow.
33.
33 years. Wow. Because
So it is all about prayers.
prayer.
You don't just leave children and you say that they will grow on their own. It is prayers and also administration. I remember the way I was brought up those days. It is not like these days. Children were allowed to punish anybody
Anyone who finds them doing
wrong things. Yes, you be punished there and then. In fact, if you run home again complaining or crying that somebody has beaten you, you are making it worse. They will even beat you again from home.
Wow.
So that is what I did. I used to discipline them and accept everybody to help me whenever they get them maybe on the way they are doing some bad things. So the community helped me.
Because nowadays what people do is, why have you beaten my child?
Exactly. That's why you see now our work is too much in the community.
Because children feel they're only responsible to
their
their
parents,
but
yes.
the dad is a boda 24/7, he's not at home.
Exactly.
So the children do whatever they want.
Do, yeah.
So the key thing, according to you, is parents should still be there for their children to guide them.
Actually, the other law which says the children say right, I'm not seeing it is like it is working the way I'm seeing it. The government should bring back the other system to help the community. Otherwise, I'm seeing no future from children.
Yeah, many of them are going astray.
That's why, yeah.
They are now becoming a problem in society.
In society, yes. Because I told you, it is all about bringing up children in a community. Those days, for us, they used to, everybody can discipline sound across.
Children belong to the community.
Community, not a
the
parent.
Uncles can discipline, grandparents, even just neighbors.
Exactly. So that is the difference. You can't remove that one.
Now for us,
now for you nowadays, when I get you on the way, then I cane you when you have made a mistake. You will run to your parents and say, you have caned me. For which reason? You say nothing. Then I'm taken to maybe police and even end in prison. So that's the difference there. The causa.
Causing all that change in people's behavior. So I think, so what do you think is most important if a family wants to raise a successful child? What are the most important things? Because you've told us about God, it's important to have God involved. What other important factors should parents take note of, like to put into their families, make sure their children don't go astray?
One, I said prayer, then the other one, of course, children also should be obeying their parents. That's number one. Number two, they should be obeying their parents, and even the parents should advise the children, please, when you go out, it is not us alone who are parents. Get somebody elderly than you, you call it a parent. Obey that person. Respect.
Because nowadays also there is a lot of lack of respect.
Exactly. Children are not obeying the elderly people. For you people nowadays, you say it is only your parent who is your parent. But for us those days, anybody elderly than you call it a parent.
And yet all those things combined,
yes.
We need God, we need people to be respectful and disciplined if we are going to have a successful future.
Yes.
And with that we are going to need everyone involved. We still need community to mind about these children. Don't just see your neighbor's child and then
Of course, that is what's happening nowadays. But I'm seeing it is very wrong when we do it that way. We needed to come up and say, when a child is doing some wrong thing, somebody can cane him. At least, when you cane a child doing the thing in action, immediately from there, that child will not repeat to do that mistake, because he knows that when I do the thing again, they will what? They will cane me. But of course, when you leave that child to move away from that mistake where the mistake happened, then he goes away, then you cane him from somewhere there, he will not understand. But as they will cane you from there and then.
That is now the difference between these days